Win the jackpot and you're set for life, right? So why do so many stories end with regret instead of freedom? This isn't a morality play. It's a map of how brains handle windfalls. Treat it like a tour. Psychology first, money mechanics second. That viral claim that most winners go bankrupt fast? Evidence doesn't back it the way people think. Large wins often raise long-run life satisfaction. The risk isn't automatic. Behavior and context matter. Your brain tags dollars by story. Earned cash feels scarce. Surprise cash feels looser. That tag pushes spending and risk up, even when the dollars are identical on a spreadsheet. Then hedonic adaptation kicks in. The upgrade quickly becomes baseline. Costs ratchet up to match the new normal, while day-to-day feelings drift back toward ordinary. Real-world friction arrives immediately. Winners face an annuity or cash election, and winnings are taxable gambling income. That first choice changes pacing, taxes, and behavior. It sets the tone for everything that follows. An annuity turns a jackpot into about 30 yearly checks that often step up over time. A paced stream can mute that loose found money feeling and slow the burn rate. The cash option hands you one giant pot now, usually less than the annuity's headline total. Control feels great, but one big pile invites looser rules and faster, louder mistakes. The election is tightly ruled, brief window, choice is final, and some jurisdictions default to annuity if you don't decide. Delays, hype, or panic can lock in a path you never meant to choose. Winnings count as taxable gambling income. Payers issue W-2G and withhold federal tax at payout, often about 24%. Your final bill can be higher or lower at filing, so spendable cash is smaller than the headline. Evidence on mid-size windfalls shows they can postpone, not cure, existing financial distress. Large prizes often boost long-run life satisfaction, yet habits still decide whether money outruns lifestyle. Put together, payout pacing and tax friction shape behavior before the first purchase. Next comes the skills gap. Running a giant sum isn't the same as running a paycheck. Running a giant pile isn't the same as running a paycheck. At that scale, tiny percentage mistakes grow teeth and start biting. A simple cash flow map shows what leaves each month and how long money lasts. When you see time attached to dollars, behavior quietly changes. Use the brain's tagging on purpose. Wall off commitments from flexible purchases. When buckets are hard to cross, slips become small, not catastrophic. A cooling off window lets emotions settle before large, one-way decisions. Friction feels slow, but it's cheaper than unwinding a rushed commitment. Automation beats daily discipline. Pay essentials automatically and pay yourself a steady allowance. Fewer manual choices mean fewer cracks, where money and attention escape. Even great systems face outside pull. Friends, pitches, and strangers appear fast. One reliable scam tell: pay-to-claim demands. Real prizes don't ask for upfront fees. After a public lottery win, attention jumps from acquaintances, distant relatives, and strangers. Some attention is kind. Plenty arrives as urgent favors, golden opportunities, or friendly pitches. Each yes seems tiny alone. Stacked together, they become a monthly habit and a second budget. Without limits, the pace of giving drifts upward until it quietly outruns your plan. Classic tells include surprise prize claims, pressure to act fast, and requests to pay fees or taxes upfront. Requests to send money to receive money are strong scam signals. Step back before replying. Boundaries change outcomes. One channel for requests, delayed responses, and no on-the-spot promises. Privacy choices and slower replies protect you from saying yes just to end discomfort. A simple giving policy, who, how often, and how much, replaces guilt with consistency. Clear limits preserve relationships because decisions follow a principle, not today's mood. Unchecked social pace plus looser spending pushes costs up even before lifestyle upgrades land. After sudden wealth, many people choose fewer work hours, and that reshapes identity and monthly math. A windfall recuts the work equation. Paid hours feel less necessary, and unstructured time expands. Less earning can feel freeing, but the inflow shrinks while fixed costs keep marching. Upgrades come with passengers, property taxes, insurance, upkeep, staff, subscriptions, utilities. These are sticky. Once normalized, cutting them later feels like loss rather than course correction. A single purchase is a headline. Maintenance is the fine print that recurs. Runway means how long funds last at today's burn. Recurring care quietly shortens that clock. The critical moment is simple. Recurring outflows stay higher than dependable inflows. That gap invites hurried asset sales, uncomfortable debt, and louder, riskier decisions. There are only two levers: reduce the baseline or increase dependable, paced inflow. Resets often feel like loss at first. Framing them as trials can reduce resistance to change. Big picture, outcomes follow habits, systems, and pacing, not headlines or luck alone. Expectations ratchet upward faster than relief fades, which is why durable pacing keeps surprises rare. Expectations climb quickly. Yesterday's upgrade becomes today's minimum without feeling like a change. Cutting back later feels like loss, so spending resists downward, moves even when plans change. Defaults do quiet work. If nothing moves, lifestyle inches upward, not downward. Design automatic pauses and smaller funnels by default, so drift meets friction before it becomes a rule. Money that's always visible invites constant decisions and more chances to say yes. Hiding liquidity behind light frictions lowers impulse frequency without relying on perfect willpower. Once people read you as rich, saying no can feel like breaking a promise. Identity pressure turns exceptions into obligations. The story drags choices upward. Here's the quiet part. A windfall accelerates your existing habits more than it rewrites them. If the baseline system is shaky, more fuel reaches the same leaks faster. Turn mechanisms into routines. Pacing, buffers, boundaries, and pre-decisions convert insight into daily shape. With that foundation, edge cases make sense, and the final twist lands cleanly. Some choices create hidden workload. A boat, a fixer-upper, a new venture become ongoing projects. Projects add meetings, maintenance, and managers, attention costs that raise the monthly burn. Scary tales are memorable, but broad panels find large wins often leave people more satisfied for years. Anecdotes aren't the base rate. They're the outliers we retell at parties. News favors flames over steady engines. Quiet stability rarely becomes a segment. When coverage filters for drama, it feels like data, even when it isn't the norm. Resources can change in one day. Habits and systems update on a delay. That lag is the spark. The win often accelerates the same life, good or leaky. Think of money as fuel. A leaky engine just goes faster toward the same problems. In patterns, steadier pacing aligns with durability, more than headline size ever does. Put it together. Brain habits, rules, and social pull explain the curse far better than fate. Now condense it to one dinner table sentence, then a gentle sign-off. Dinner table version: a jackpot gives you cash. Durable results come from pacing, boundaries, and skills. Luck is the spark, but routines steer the car. Behavior, not headlines, explains where you end up. If this reframed the curse story, try telling your one-sentence version tonight. This is education, not financial advice. Drop the brain trap you've noticed most in comments. Thanks for spending time with this notebook doodle on windfalls and brains. Subscribe if curiosity maps like this help. Future you does better when attention is protected, surprises are paced, and curiosity stays alive.